Yeah, because this one's now what would have been Quinn's topic
Right.
is now just a joined together topic. So I guess I'll read it off. Is the Switch dead? I don't know.
Dramatic pause.
I don't know because we were talking about this and it was like, is the Switch dead? Is it like, are we not playing the games? And I understand there are some great games out there.
Yeah.
But why have I not played my Switch since I bought it? I literally bought it. Mario Kart is the most played game on there. Now, I did buy Mario Odyssey, and the only reason why I haven't played it is because I want to play it as a Let's Play. But
This is Nintendo.
Yeah.
You deal with Nintendo.
Yeah, I have to. It'd get copyright strikes.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking about what to do for the third topic, and people have been throwing out all of these Switch numbers and things like that. Like I wrote it down. Like as of December 12th, the Switch has sold 10 million units, which is ridiculous. It's only been out for like 9 months, whereas in the Wii U only sold 13.5 million units in its lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Switch is gonna probably beat the lifetime sales of the Wii U in the first year. It's looking like it.
Probably.
Like the console itself is doing well. I don't think the console itself is dead at all.
It's just the title of the episode.
I don't think it's dead at all. But I raised this question. I asked Ryan this before we started. Are you still playing your Switch?
Yeah, no. I mean, I pick it up and I'm like I try to pick it up to play it while I'm doing other things, like maybe trying to catch up on like a Netflix series. But then I'm like, oh, I want to play the Netflix series. So I click it off and I just put it away.
Yeah.
And Mario Kart 8 is like the only game I play. I do have other games. Like I have The Binding of Isaac. I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You have that?
Yeah, I didn't buy it. I got it for my not my birthday, my my Christmas present.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
I want to play that one.
I bought Mario Odyssey. It is very detailed. Like Xenoblade, I was like, there's voice acting in this game, and they're British, or they're like British, Irish, all sorts of things. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like, and then I also made the realization, like, I haven't played my Switch again since we played Mario Kart together.
Mm-hmm.
I've rarely touched it. I think I spent like 4 or so hours, tinkering around, checking out Stardew Valley. But like, even my girlfriend, who we bought the Switch for, it's her system. Ever since we got her PC, she doesn't touch it anymore either.
Yeah, I think it's this, and we talked about this before, and I'll let you kind of go on it because you did bring this up a lot. It's all these ports that it's like, oh, like Super Meat Boy just came onto the Switch,
mm-hmm.
and it's doing tremendously well.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's Super Meat Boy,
yeah.
why not? But
like
I mean
Skyrim.
Yeah,
and
like
it's Doom.
I've already played that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play third-party games I've already played already.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I don't
like
have,
Payday 2 is coming.
Yeah,
and
like
all that.
I personally don't have any issues with there being ports to the system. It's just they're not for me. I know why they're doing it, and that's just because companies are just wanting to get their games on the system because it's selling so well. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's good because it's going to offer more games on this handheld. But I think it's just because companies. You got to remember, before the Switch launched, companies weren't on board with it.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've yet to see an EA game.
FIFA. But that's their test game.
That's true.
That's their test game.
And it shat a brick. So
I don't think FIFA's doing well on the Switch.
No, it got horrible ratings. They said this is the worst FIFA game in decades.
Yeah.
Like this is
But I do believe more EA games are going to come to the Switch just because it's selling so many units.
Yeah.
I am excited for the Bayonetta.
Yeah, but it's another redo.
No,
Bayonetta 1 and 2. Okay, 3, yeah, but that's not coming soon.
But the thing is though, I didn't have a Wii. I didn't have a Wii U.
Yeah.
How many people have how many people do you
Bayonetta
know?
Bayonetta 1 was
No, Bayonetta 1, yeah, but how many people do you know have played Bayonetta 2?
True. But that's the thing. It's like same with Mario Kart. That game succeeded because
It's Mario Kart.
Well, that and no one had a Wii U. They didn't play Mario Kart. If you look at all these games, I'm really excited for Kirby. That comes out in March.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo game.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
Mario Tennis. I think Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis.
It's Mario Tennis.
Yeah,
it's just
I'm more of a Mario Golf guy, but that's just me.
I call it a dumb fun. It's just a dumb fun game.
Yeah, I prefer Mario Golf, but
that's fine.
Yeah. But
fair.
they what else is there? Shinigami Tensei.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Where is the third-party games that are launching at the same time? Why does Wolfenstein not come out until like end of February?
Because they probably have to optimize it.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's why.
Mm-hmm.
But when your game doesn't launch, it gets people worried, and that's exactly what happened with WWE. With WWE 2K18, took a giant dump in its pants, and then went on console on Xbox and PlayStation. It's one of the poorly rated WWE games, and then all of a sudden, we don't hear anything about the game, and then all of a sudden, the Twitter of WWE 2K tweeted out launching on the Nintendo Switch in 2 days. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. We've been waiting for this game for so long to come to the Switch because it was the first time it's coming to handheld in over like 10 years. Last time was on PSP. I want the stupid thing, and then all of a sudden it's broken. It is buggy to hell, and it like the frame rate's trash. It's slow motion in some part. What is Nintendo doing that is so much different? Is it the cartridge? Is that what's causing this chaos of this shit storm that they just can't do?
No, I think the issue is again, pre-launch companies weren't really on. Third-party developers weren't the big ones weren't really on board with the Switch. So I think now that they're seeing the success, I think they're kind of rushing to get games to the Switch. I think the reason why the Wolfenstein is going to take so long is because they're actually taking the time to optimize it for the Switch. I don't think FIFA or 2K was optimized for the Switch. I think they were probably just direct ports.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably why.
And also that is like some of the games are half the games they are. Like FIFA is literally like a quarter of the game of what FIFA on console is. There's no story mode. There's none of this, and this. It's just quick play and season.
I know that has to do with the amount of storage to put on the cartridge.
Yeah.
Without doing a download like NBA 2K does. 2K18, you have to do the download to get the other half of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm assuming with that.
I don't mind that because it is micro cards. By the way, for those that have a Switch, do not buy the ones that say Switch micro SD. Do not do that. They're an extra like $40 you're going to spend.
Just because
go and buy some cheap piece of garbage micro SD card. It works the same. I have a 64 gigabyte thing in there, and I spent like $40 on it. And it's like, or maybe even less. You buy a 64 gigabyte one for the... Yeah, I know. That's what he was doing. I was getting nervous. But if you buy like a 64 gigabyte Switch, like modded, it doesn't even do anything. You just plug it in and it works. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't download anything.
It just has Link on the box. You're paying an extra $20 to $30 just because.
Yeah,
Link is
I
on
went
the
to Best
packaging.
Buy today for a 64 gigabyte one, almost $90 for 64 gigabyte micro SD card. What are we back in 2010? Like that is insane. Yeah, it was ridiculous of how, because I wanted to know. I made sure I went over the way I bought it. I went to Target, went over in the because I saw the memory card because I needed to get it to play 2K or NBA 2K, and I returned that piece of garbage, by the way. And I was like, all right, well, I need a memory card. I look at it, I'm like, are you kidding me? $60 for this memory card? I'm gonna have to spend $120 to play this stupid game. So I was like, no. I walked over to the little computer section where all these rinky-dink laptops and like tablets were. Saw the 64 gigabyte micro SD card.
It's literally the same thing.
And I took it, shoved it in. I didn't have to download anything other than the game. It didn't do anything. What do you need me for?
He just wants
to
hang
fine.
out with you.
All right.
No, I've looked at the boxes. They're the same.
Oh yeah, and same company, SanDisk is making it.
Yeah.
I don't know why
It's
SanDisk
exactly
just
the same.
thinks that. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's, I don't know. It just has Link on the art on the box on the packaging.
I have no idea where he's going. I have no idea where
He's not gonna mess things. Okay, all right.
Okay, that's scary. That was scary for a second. Can he not get?
I don't know what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's just being.
For those that are listening to the audio version of this,
there's a cat climbing on us.
But anyway, yeah. I think it's just. The main thing about this topic was just what is going on with the Nintendo Switch. I know they're making some great decisions on a lot of this stuff, like like LA Noire. Sure, it doesn't look as bright and beautiful as the HD 4K resolution version that the Xbox One and the X and the PS4 Pro can offer, but it works, and it works perfectly. The touchscreen that you can play that game halfway. You can do half of the stuff by just touching the screen.
That's cool.
Yeah, that to me looks like the Rockstar guys took the time, made some love changes to it that makes that console like a reason to buy that console or that game for that console. And like I do like the prettier picture, so but it's cool to have that option of, hey, if you're gonna get this for the Switch, here's some cool stuff that you're not gonna be able to do on any other console.
Right.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I think this is definitely a good year for the Nintendo Switch though, because I think there's some great games that are coming out, and I'm sure there are games that we have no idea what's coming.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be picking up Bayonetta 1 and 2. I'm assuming it's going to be on one cartridge.
Oh yeah, it's a download too. It's a pack.
Oh, it's a pack. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you buy this, I think what they might do, because what they did with Resident Evil is the download. You can download them separately, but you can buy a cartridge that has both of them on there. That's why when you go to like a store, it's $40 when it's on for $20.
But yeah, I think it's cool. Dark Souls is coming. The Dark Souls remaster.
It's gonna be interesting.
So I think that's cool. Dark Souls on the go. That's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think it's just I don't know how. I mean, how graphic heavy is Dark Souls?
Not very.
Okay,
But it is a remaster.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like Doom cannot hold itself on.
They're doing a remaster. It's coming out. They're re-releasing the first one on.
On the
they're
on 1 and 4. Yeah, I get that, but
and PC.
But like when it comes down to those games that Doom gets brought over, and you're like, great, Doom's coming, and it's just these muddy textures.
I don't know. When you're moving, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, and
I
stand
hear
still
that. And you're looking at it,
stuff,
and you're trying. And you're like,
it's kind of like if you just don't pay attention to the game,
if you just go and play the game, I don't think it's an issue. But if your character's not moving, yeah, you'll see the pixels in his gun and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. To me, that's not the biggest issue.
Yeah,
for me personally. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, it's
again, and I think the reason why, like I said, there's being a lot of ports right now is because a lot of the third-party developers weren't planning really anything for it at the beginning, and because they're seeing the success, they're just like, we just gotta shove stuff onto this thing so people will buy our stuff again.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy how the Nindies are the ones that are doing the most success. Like the Nintendo indie exclusives or the just ported over because to me the Nintendo Switch dominates in indie games right now. There's a lot of indie games that are
funny
great
to say.
Yeah. But it's just because there's no graphic heaviness that an indie game can bring.
Right.
Even if it has so much money, there's never this heavy looking graphic intense indie developed game. I mean, League of Legends it didn't get there in a night. Like they've progressed that game to look as beautiful and 400 frames per second as it can get. Same with Smite. Smite was made by High Res. High Res literally has high res in their name, so they have to incorporate that. But they didn't do that in the 90 either. They've worked on other games, made Tribes, made all these other games, and then eventually got to Smite, and now they have 3D rendered, high graphic, heavy game. But yeah, I think the indie games are probably the best of
right
the
now,
Switch.
right now. Yeah, if you want something that you can only get on Switch, I think
or Nintendo exclusive.
Right,
games.
other than Nintendo exclusives, pretty much you're looking at indie games and ports.
Yeah, but even then, the ports are all. Bleh.
Yeah, it all. It all
not
depends
pretty.
It all depends on if the developer takes time to optimize it.
Yeah.
So.
Is any last things you want to say about the Switch, or you think you've beaten it down?
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, the whole point of this topic was I asked Ryan, "Are you still playing your Switch?" And he said no, and I said, "I'm not either. Why is that?"
Yeah.
You know.
I hope there's something that comes by. Again, I have not played Mario, so that's obviously something that I'm gonna play. But I hope something comes by that wows everyone, and then I'll just snag it. Because I mean, I didn't even finish Zelda, and I didn't have any intent to finish that.
I only
game.
put like 20 something hours into that game,
but
until I was like, "Yep, I've had enough."
Yeah, but it's just because Zelda's not my cup of tea. I know a lot of people that loved it. Obviously, and got Game of the Year last year. Would not. I mean, we didn't give Game of the Year to that, but yeah, I mean, it's
out of the games that were nominated for Game of the Year, I think I would have gave it to Horizon.
Oh, for the ones that
Yeah,
for the video game awards, not our thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, that's just my opinion.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to watch more of this stuff, make sure you subscribe to us right here on YouTube. All you got to do is click the little subscribe button at the end card. There will be a subscription button. You click on that, and links to one that says a link to the last episode, and one that takes you to some random video, the newest one that we ever
roll
posted.
the dice.
Yep. We'll see how that turns out. Plus, at this point, we are an audio podcast now. By now, we should be. I mean, this would be like 4 weeks into advance. So we have an audio podcast. If you want to download this, or if you've already downloaded this, it is over there on Podbean. If you're on Android, you can download it on Podbean. Eventually coming soon to iTunes. When we get that, we'll tweet that out of that we are officially live on iTunes. But for now, you can download our podcast over there on Podbean. It's going to have a good time. Hope that all turns out great, because otherwise we're going to have to cut this whole part out. But anyway, David, any last words to the special audience of episode 13 and the beginning of a 2018 year?
Sure. I mean, I know we talked about something different on this, so tell me what your favorite board game is.
Yeah.
I can talk about board games for hours,
yes.
Obviously. So.
And also, if you have topics that you want to throw our way, feel free to do so. We don't have a third person anymore, so we'll be looking for maybe a suggestion. We'll come up with topics, but it'd be cool to have like maybe a viewer topic. We'll see how that works out. Plus, there are many surprises coming this year for by now we're 2. Primal Target is 2, but in our 3rd year, we are going to be doing some special stuff here on Bitcade. And maybe some guests might stop by. Maybe. All right. That's going to be it. Good night, everybody.